Thank you for downloading the 2015 Fantasy Football Draft Kit and Cheat Sheet. Allow me to show you how it would work. So our player list is on the left, and we can change the order of this list, which will persist throughout all screens, by going to the Rankings tab and clicking on these headers here. So if I want to order by Fantasy Pros, click right there, and now everything is ordered by Fantasy Pros or CBS Sports. So I'm using the CBS Sports ranking now. I go back to the dashboard view and I select some players. If a guy looks interesting or you hear good news about him, I can watch the player. So before my draft, I'm probably going to go through and I'm going to watch a few players that I'm interested in. So Odell Beckham Jr. certainly, Mike Evans, intriguing player, Jimmy Graham, he could easily have a bounce back season in Seattle. Brandon Cooks, very fast wide receiver. Jordan Matthews, he's probably going to be grabbing a ton of balls this year. And so now I'm going to go to, let's say it's my turn to draft, and I want to make sure that there's nothing wrong with Gronkowski. So I'll go to the News tab, and I see it automatically pulls up the Google news for him. Or I could go to NFL. I'll see the NFL.com news for this player. And ESPN. It looks like Gronk's okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draft him. Let's look at the depth chart, actually. In the depth chart, it looks like Gronk's the #1 tight end, of course. He's probably the #1 in the league. They actually have him rated #1. So I'm going to go ahead and put him on my team by clicking my team. You can see that Gronk is now on my team with the green X. Now let's say other players made a bunch of selections. We'll go, Jamal Charles was drafted. Eddie Lacy was drafted. So on and so forth. And the interesting thing about this is you have your weekly chart right here. So you can see how a player progressed throughout the season. It looks like Forte fell off quite a bit. He had decent final weeks, but he really peaked in those early weeks. And he had a little bit of a downward trend in 2014. He had a huge 2013, but 2014 wasn't great. I'm a little worried about him. Somebody else drafted him, though, let's say. And now we'll go back to the rankings tab. This is also interesting. So basically the volume or the area of these bars is going to be the consensus best player, whoever has the most here. So now it's still showing all players. If I want to just see available, best available, I'll switch the status over here to available. And we see the all available players. Now, if it's my pick again, it's quite clear that Antonio Brown is the best player. But that includes all rankings, including PPR and standard. So if I wanted to get rid of standard scoring, I click both those headers, and now I only see the PPR rankings. And I can really see that Antonio Brown's the best pick. I'm going to add him to my team. And instantly, the chart updates. He gets removed from this list because we're only showing available players. We could also select a specific team. Let's say Denver. How does their offense look this year? Demaryius Thomas, C.J. Anderson, and Emmanuel Sanders. We could select just wide receivers if we wanted to. Or let's see the Denver running game. C.J. Anderson's the best. Monte Ball, pretty highly ranked by ESPN PPR, but nobody else really put him anywhere close, which is interesting. So I'm going to take C.J. Anderson off the board. He's drafted. Now the charts automatically reset themselves. If we add those back, let's say I only wanted to see the standard scoring. I click all those. And that is pretty much the gist of using this app. We switch back to all players. One thing that's probably the most helpful about this app is, let's say you get later in the draft and you're in a live draft with the draft board, so you're crossing off players from your list, which is how everybody in my league did it last year, and somebody drafts Carlos Hyde. So you don't really have to search for him too hard. You just type it in the search box, H, and it starts filtering by H and HY. You automatically have Carlos Hyde, and you say drafted. And now he disappears from all of your lists. You know, you don't have to manage an overall list and a positional list and different lists like ESPN and Yahoo. You just have one list, and it's really easy to manage. I think you should be able to enjoy your draft quite a bit and do quite well. Best of luck to you. Thanks.